for like taking it on a business trip or taking it on a picnic or going on vacation somewhere. You know, there's a lot of things that you can fit into the bag of the regular size, but the mini tote bag itself, it is also a very cutesy size that you can literally kind of bring on a travel to go, and just kind of like an everyday bag where you don't have to really, you know, worry about bringing a satchel, because I feel like there's just like so many things that you could literally fit in here and still be pretty good to bring this with. In addition to the initial large and medium size, Dior launched the mini size in 20 of 20. Small and exquisite, simple design without losing atmosphere. In Europe, counter mini tote has been in a packet of hard to find state. So that is what it says on the little blog post here. It says that the important thing is that the mini is not heavy at all. The whole shape on the body is more artistic. So if you can see Rihanna actually she's wearing a saddlebag also with a little mini tote. And there is also this other model who is holding this bag as well, and this is in comparison. So as you can see, in comparison, just within a photo viewpoint as well too with the bag here, it is a very different like proportion size. It's not supposed to be this square type of layering size with this kind of long oval strap, but it is super cute, and I probably might even use it, you know, if I were to go out somewhere and all this stuff. I do have to say, you know, it's very interesting because people will always say like, oh, well, there's all these, you know, other brands that, you know, sell these bags for $300-400, and they don't have to be a replica bag. They're very well made or made with very well leather, like for example Michael Kors or whatever it is. But yeah, that's true, you know, but for me at the end of the day, yes, I love the designs, and yes, maybe I do like the fact that it gives me the idea that I have made it successful, and when people look at me, they can see that maybe I might look a certain way, and cool. I'm not going to deny that I like attention, okay? At the end of the day, I am a Libra and we love attention. We are also very materialistic, but that is just me, you know? And some people will also like to say certain things about other people, but honey, at the end of the day, this bag, whether it costs a few $100s or a couple $1,000s, it's gonna do the same usage to me. It doesn't matter if it's real or not, to be honest. It's going to sit in my closet, collect dust when I don't use it. It's gonna get banged up and scratched up, and for me to think, do I want to spend a few $1,000s on a bag that I know is probably gonna get banged up and dinged up and messed up, and I'm just gonna throw away my money? Or should I buy something that is a really good replica, take my money and invest it into really better things, like let's say the stock market or a business idea, or funding a business plan that I've always wanted, or saving and putting it into better, smarter things? I think that is a much wiser thing for me to do than to sit here and spend my money on all these luxury items that isn't really going to feed my happiness, that isn't really going to give me anything out of it except the fact that I have this bag that is just sitting there costing me money. That is just my point of view. I know everyone has their own say and their own different ideas that they have to think about and put in whenever someone does a review. I totally get it. You literally can say and think whatever, but on my channel, this is my channel, and I get to say and think and do and whatever it is I want to put out there and speak my truth, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Moving on to shipping. So shipping did take, I want to say, about anywhere between 3 weeks for this bag. This bag did come shipped with FedEx. Oh my goodness, it just got very bright. This bag got shipped with FedEx and it came super fast, and compared to DH Gate purchases or AliExpress purchases, you buy them and they just take forever. Like when I say forever, I mean like 2 months, 3 months sometimes, okay? But I do also want to clarify that right now there is a very big, just problematic issue going on with China. There's been there's been a huge outbreak of COVID cases, and that has caused a lot of factories to shut down, a lot of shipments being delayed. And so if you are going to order something from China from a private seller, even DHgate itself, just keep in mind that these companies, it's just going to be delayed. You know, you're not getting scammed. You will get your items. Well, that's only if you are buying from a reputable seller who is actually good compared to some of the scammer ones, okay? I do want to point out as well too that, you know, I don't think that it's right for these companies to steal the designs. You know, I don't think that's right. I think that's very wrong, because these companies did work very hard for the designs. But at the end of the day, I don't want to also spend my money on these products, so I'm gonna buy a cheaper one and a replica one. Maybe when I make it very big in the future, right? When I have a lot of money to spend and I actually wouldn't, you know, hurt my bank account spending $2,000, $4,000, $6,000 on a bag. Heck, maybe then I will be able to justify buying these luxury items. But in the meantime, I just can't find myself spending that much money, because, well, what's the point of buying a $6,000 bag and saving up just to go eat McDonald's tomorrow? Like, that doesn't make any sense, okay? So just think smart when you're spending your money. Like, a lot of people have different, you know, ideas, and they're so embarrassed about what other people have to think and say. But it's like, you have to stop thinking all these negative thoughts. You have to stop thinking about other people, okay? People have so many other things going on in their head, in their lives, that the last thing that they're thinking about is you walking out of your house that you're wearing a fake bag. And if you are, then so what? So be it. Like, it doesn't matter, okay? You know, I don't think it's right of these companies to copy the designs of these designer brands who have worked so hard to achieve, you know, their goals and dreams and aspirations. But it's just wrong that these corporate businesses or business people have taken over these brands that either one person made up just to kind of change, you know, the fashion industry. And that has been the, you know, topic for a while with these designer brands. If you look at, for example, Louis Vuitton and even a lot of these other ideas of people and what they kind of showcase, it's the fact that they're selling these ideas, right? And it's like a marketing strategy where if they are able to provide a bag and sell it to the poor, lower class, middle working income average people, they are more than likely to kind of target this crowd who are thinking that, oh my God, if I spend $3,000 on a bag, then it must be good, right? But it's just more of this marketing strategy that people have to understand, that they're giving into a brand name. It's not the quality items. It's not anything like that. If you want to do some research, you can definitely look up at like Supreme, for example, who did a marketing test with people who bought literally a brick of Supreme for hundreds of dollars, and it was simply because they took a red brick and they stamped the name Supreme on the bag. So at the end of the day, these designer brands, you know, and replica, you know, manufacturers and all these things, it just, you don't know. One person, you know, is selling all these things and ripping people off. One person, their people are saying it's child labor and all these negative things, but they're selling it for cheaper and blah, 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 blah. But which one are you going to side with? Each one has a lot of pros and cons, and it just kind of depends, right? Like, I think everything in life has yin and yang, black and white, like good and bad. So it just depends on what you want to choose and believe in. You know, I can literally go on for hours about this topic, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to just put that little snippet into this video just to kind of say my 2 cents about this. I don't think it's right. I don't think that they should do that. I also don't think that it's, you know, even, it's worse when these brands try to sell a bag that's fake as a real one. That's when it gets very, very wrong. But there are also a lot of different private sellers who do have really, really good qualities, make the same bags, real leather, one-to-one replicas, and it's like 97% identical, which is like, you know, why not? Like, I don't see why people have such a big problem with these fake bags and their ideas, and like, just everyone has their own beliefs, okay? Like, everyone has their own things that they want to believe in. So you can't really go around shoving your truth down someone else's throat, because they're gonna believe something else.
And my wallet and my cell phone, and also you can put your cell phone on the other side of it. Here there's another compartment here that you can put your cell phone. It's absolutely stunning. This is, you can either use this one as your everyday bag, casual bag, or either way you can use this one when you go out with your girls, with your friends, or either the night out. Definitely is absolutely good also, and I really like this. And then I will show you guys the hardware. Either you can have to use, oh my god, look at how good this quality gold hardware chain. Voila, oh my god, this is absolutely gorgeous. Very nice for going night party, or either you can go to the wedding. You can use this one when you go to the very nice occasion, like formal occasion. Definitely it's a good one. And I'll show you guys this. This is the leather shoulder strap that they have, the shoulder hardware. And look at this one too. Look at the stitching, guys. If there's damage or nothing, there's no imperfection, perfect color. It matched with the style, and also this is adjustable. You can put it way shorter if you want, as just like a shoulder here, or either way you can do a longer version of the bag, so you can put it on the shoulder like this. I will show you guys how I wear.
Hard to see, and let's just start pulling things out. I have my sunglasses in here, sunglasses and a cutie little Cezanne sunglass case that I just got, my Canon G7X, one lip gloss from Fenty, my wallet, random cash that needs to go into my wallet, hair tie, 2 lip liners, a YSL red lipstick. I probably have had this in my bag since December, holiday party season. Another hair tie. 2 lip glosses. This one's Dior and this one's Tower 28. I have my little selenite heart. If you know, you know. Then I have random like business cards, I have no idea where this is from, my Gucci responsibility little thing, and my next coffee at Charlie Street is going to be free. Oh, and a random panty liner. Other than the random 2 Advil that are at the bottom of this bag, that is what it contains. I've traveled to Europe with this bag. I have traveled so many places with this bag, and I love the most when it's empty that it kind of lays flat, so I'll put it in the dust bag and put it between like jeans or something, and I know that it's going to be safe in my luggage because it's a pretty substantial bag. That being said, I just want to mention the leather. This is not a pebbled leather, it's a smooth leather, and I'm pretty rough with my bags. I've said
this color with just as much as I could style like a black bag. I also love Tote because Tote has white contrast stitching. Look at the beautiful gold hardware. The reason I am so enamored with this bag is because it is made of Cellier stitching. I put Cellier on my wish list, but I actually thought that Cellier was discontinued for Birkin bags. My essay actually mentioned that potentially in the future, they may actually remove the option for Cellier stitching for Birkin bags, but as of right now, it's considered a myth. She's the size 25. I do have my very first Birkin that I got for myself via resale. That one is a size 30. The size 30, in my opinion, I feel like is more of a day bag. You can throw your laptop in and make it a great everyday day bag. I feel like this one is a little bit easier to wear from day to night. Such a special piece to add to my collection. I'm always curious to know what can fit inside of bags, so I figured I'd also share what can actually fit inside of the Birkin 25. I bought this bag organizer that is specific for the Birkin 25, and I got it in a tube because, you know, I'm gonna add this in here. It's a perfect fit. Let me start throwing things inside of here. I did not realize my phone case is Tote as well. I'd throw in my phone, little lizard Hermes Constance wallet. Please don't come at me for the plastic. I don't know, I can't pull the trigger and take off the plastic. Throw in my sunglasses, hand sanitizer, Lactaid, a couple of lip glosses, a small perfume bottle, a large hand lotion, my compact mirror. I'll add my agenda. I don't think the agenda